So now we are going to move from today onwards into our discussion about the Indian Digital Personal Data Protection Act 2023, passed in the Parliament in August 23, and we are waiting for the detailed rules to follow soon. In this video, I am going to introduce you to the law and to the Act, and then we are going to get into more details in the next series of videos coming after this. Welcome to my YouTube channel, where you daily see new content on data privacy. So let's start talking about the basic need of why India needed the DPDP Act. There is a huge increase in people using social media. Since COVID and so many other things, the utilization of handheld devices and online applications has increased tremendously. Mobile apps, financial transactions, all banks have financial apps, the logical ones. You have thousands of online apps that offer you loans, and you end up entering your personal details on those apps, and there's a lot of online purchases which are done through interlinked apps, right? So if you talk of acquiring a loan, you get into a website, enter your personal details, and if not even a website, a mobile app, entering your personal details, and then they will ask you including your sensitive details like your bank details, right? And then they'll automatically online take a consent of the monthly rate. Similarly, you purchase things, right? And you purchase through a grocery store, or you purchase through an aggregator. You tell them the grocery store, you give them all your personal details and your shopping preferences, everything. So you are sharing your personal information a lot on online applications, and that personal information can be misused by people who have an access to it, right? So there was a critical need that the Indian government also does something to protect the utilization of this personal information available online or entered online regularly. Misuse should be curtailed and checked, and the right people should be punished if in case something wrong happens with your personal information. So this new act has been passed. The key objective is to protect your personal data and your privacy rights. How would your personal data be taken care of, and how would your privacy rights be applied to your personal data? To help you establish, and not only as an individual but also as a business, a clear data processing guidelines, making the businesses responsible for the data they are handling. The apps should be, and not only the apps but even otherwise, the general day-to-day operations, not even online like going to a grocery store and leaving your address or phone number over there. The business who is collecting your personal information is accountable for processing it properly and for storing it properly, so that it is not shared with unauthorized people and is not misused. Applying the standard data privacy policies within the context of Indian residents. It helps understand the rights for an individual, and it helps making the businesses responsible for their practices around data protecting, processing and storing. It helps regulate the international data transfers as well. So if the data is within the country, there are regulations around it, and even if the data has to go out of the country, then there are regulations that are covered under the Act to help protect that data as well, and encourage overall security of personal informations of the citizens of India. The most critical part of it, a grievance redressal mechanism. All businesses need to have a proper grievance redressal mechanisms, and if still the user or the data subject is not satisfied about the way he has been addressed, then even the government has bodies where he can go and seek justice, right? So that's the key objective of creating this act, and there are three things which are clearly defined. Of course, there are many things that are defined, and we'll have a lot of content on that in the coming days. But the three basic key things: what is this personal information? What are we talking of? So this personal information or personal data is something that can help you identify an individual, right? How would you identify an individual? Very, very basic. His name, his address, and you would say name could be common with multiple people, but name and address combination would not be common with many people, right? So all this personal information, name, address, phone number, email ID, PIN code number, these are all personal informations, and so that's the definition of personal information in the DPDP Act. Then there is sensitive information or sensitive personal information. something which is very, very critical, very, very intimate to each and every individual, and if that is compromised, then that could create a lot of harm. For example, your financial information, your credit card information, your biometrics. Biometrics cannot be changed, right? Your retina cannot be changed, your thumb impression cannot be changed. So harm to a biometric is going to be absolutely devastating, right? So that's the sensitive personal information, and then there is a definition to processing of data. So the DPDP Act says that collecting personal information, storing it, using it for a purpose, disclosing it to someone, and destroying it. All these 5 come under processing personal information. So the processing does not only mean that you are running it through a database or something. It is that you are first collecting it from the individual, storing it with yourself, you are using it for any purpose, you are disclosing it to any third party, and finally when you are disposing it off. All these 5 processes come under the definition of processing of personal information, and it explicitly says, which all privacy laws say, that the processing of the personal information should be very, very specific, directly related to the purpose for which it has been collected, and the purpose has to be very, very legitimate, right? So these are the 3 key definitions that have been initially, or you can say that is the initial basis. In the coming videos, we are going to get into more details about the DPDP Act, the terms, the terminologies, and how it would help us achieve better compliance as well as better safety to our personal information. I hope you like the content. Please press the bell and the like icon. Share my videos and channels with your friends who need more information on data privacy. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already done that, and share your feedback in the comment section. Thank you.